The Apple iPad Air 5 looks exactly like the Air 4, but has some pretty critical differences. Your experience while using an iPad Air 5 is just like an iPad Pro or an iPad Air 4, as it has the same form factor, which works with the same accessories, which are the Apple Pencil 2 and the Magic Keyboard. The 10.9-inch Retina display is among of the best displays ever produced by a company, and works really great and is very responsive with the Apple Pencil 2. They have added the wide front-facing camera features, where we can get access to center stage, which is basically where the camera can follow us wherever we go, which is especially good in video calls and can also work if you have multiple people on a video call, which is perfect for family nights or like meetings. Surprisingly, something that we weren't really expecting was we got the M1 chip. We were expecting the A15 chip to come into the iPad Air 5, as we got the A14 chip in the iPad Air 4, which was the latest new like iPhone 12 chip. But it looks like Apple just throwing M1 chip everywhere, cause we literally have the M1 chip in multiple devices. We got the MacBook, we got the MacBook Air, got the MacBook Pro 13-inch, we got the iMac 24-inch, we got the Mac Mini, we got the iPad Pro, the iPad Pro 12.9-inch, and now the iPad Air 5, which I'm not complaining about, but really gets you to think. What's the difference in the 2021 iPad Air Pro 11-inch or the 2020 or even the 2018, as they really have minor differences. But Apple's biggest differentiator in this category is the storage and the refresh rate, as the Air 5 has a 60Hz display, as the starting storage is still 64GB in 2022, but the iPad Pro's at 128GB. And the 2020 wasn't really a big upgrade over the 2018. The only upgrades were the new cameras and the 12Z Bionic chip, which has literally no difference between the 12X. But the 2021 version got the M1 chip. But now we are having the Air 5 with the M1 chip, which really makes that 11-inch iPad Pro seem as a much worse deal for any consumer, even if you need the iPad Pro to look like, yeah, it's an iPad Pro. But the biggest differentiator between these two is really storage and 120Hz. The Air 5 still carries the Touch ID power button, which we first got in the Air 4. And with my experience for using my iPad Air 4, which has the exact same sensor as the iPad Mini 6 and the Air 5, it was great at first. But then I started finding problems with it, which I would put my finger, it would not register, and I'll put my finger again, I'll move my fingers to the side, I'll move it again, I'll try to move it, but it won't recognize me, and I'll have to put my password, which was really annoying. Like before, I would just put my finger, one tap, it would open, I would get to it. But now I have to tap, 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 and then finally I'll just have to put my password. I do think that is a bug, or I think it might have something with if your hands were sweaty or something, but I did clean the power button, which at first seemed to help, but really there was no difference in that category. And it also might be a problem with the sensor, as it is a pretty small sensor than the Touch ID that we were used to on the iPhone. But wait, quick thing. Did you know that we released our merch? Yes, we have our merch. We have t-shirts, hoodies, and we're also gonna have caps and beanies coming right there. We also have mugs, mouse pads, and everything. So if you want to check them out, or if you want to support us, just go down to the description. You'll find the link to our streamelements.com merch, so you can go support us or anything. You know, they're very nice, different colors and everything. And also, if you're gonna support us, don't forget to subscribe. The interior of the iPad Air 5 is the difference between the Air 5 and the Air 4, while the outside body is the same as the Air 4. But realistically, if you're a normal person that's just surfing the web, writing some notes, doing Word documents, literally, an A10 chip from like 2016 is still gonna be great and amazing for you. It's gonna have amazing power for you. Where the M1 chip, like, I had a person tell me, you know, I want to get the iPad Air 5 because it has the M1 chip, which is better than the Air 4. While the Air 4 now is is at a cheaper price. Even the A14. With the A14, I was editing all of my videos at 4K 60 frames per second and even having some B-roll at 4K 60 FPS, and there was no problem with it. 3-4 streams of 4K 60 FPS, that was nothing. But where really the M1 shines is, as I said, with video editing. As yes, the A14 chip is amazing with 4K 60 FPS video, but when you go up to 5K and 6K, it's where you get a little bit of lag. Like, I did have video which was 5K with 4K B-roll. It struggled a bit, but it was really usable. But when I did it with the M1, it was very easy, no stuttering. You could put like 5K video over 2 streams with 4K 60 FPS and there was no lag. They have added a small feature, which is the USB Type-C port on the iPad Air 5 is now a little bit better than the Air 4. But when you're really going to buy an iPad, you really now have a choice. It's between your $400 to $600 and your upper tier, which is $800 to $1,000, $1,500, where you can also go refurbished market. So let's say you want a good iPad, let's say you are a college student. You want to work on Word documents, you want to take notes, you want to do everything with your iPad. Okay, so which one is going to be good for you? Well, in this case, you can get a 2018 refurbished, or an Air 4, or the new Air 5 if you want the M1 chip, but don't get the 2021 Pro. I don't think it's worth it at this time of age, especially that we are having some rumors that a new iPad Pro is coming out. So I think if you want the Pro, but you can't really get yourself a refurbished Air 4 for your work. But if you really need the Pro, get it, but at least get the 12.9 inch to give you a little bit of more differences. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. I know we haven't uploaded for a while, but we're working on some pretty good stuff, and I did also have a break. So, guys, see you later. Don't forget to go buy merch.